Thoughts on the identity. This is from Kathy Arndt, 1570. Thoughts on the identity of the two witnesses and the 14,000, I guess she means Jews. I recently heard someone say that they believe the 144,000 are resurrected bodies of the Jewish babies slaughtered by King Herod when he was trying to kill baby Yeshua. They met all the qualifications, such as being virgins, and have been following the Lamb. Okay. I've never heard of that before. Well, first, let's talk about the two witnesses. The two witnesses, the big debate, I guess, over the years has been, who are the two witnesses? Some would say because of the Mount of Transfiguration that Jesus was speaking to, who will be the two witnesses, Moses and Elijah, which makes good sense. But some will say, no, I think it's going to be Enoch and Elijah, because those are the only two people in the Old Testament who didn't taste death, if that's how you interpret it. Enoch walked with God, and then he was no longer. So the Lord it sounds like the Lord may have taken him without him tasting death. And Elijah was taken up in a fiery chariot of God. So because those two didn't face death, will they be the two witnesses in the time of the tribulation period? That makes sense too. The thing is, we don't know for sure. I think Elijah's the candidate number one, because with both arguments, I think that Elijah makes good sense. I think John the Baptist had the spirit of Elijah, was like Elijah, right? Preparing the way. Elijah is prophesied to be the one to come to prepare the way of the Lord. So Elijah, I think, certainly is one of them. And then Enoch or Moses, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys want me to do a poll on that one? I mean, let's do a quick poll. Who do you think will be the two witnesses in Revelation? So we'll put Elijah, not Elisha, Elijah and Moses. We'll put Elijah and Enoch. And then third was just other combo. And if you want to write the other combo, you could just post that. So there's your poll if you would like to vote on that one. I'm not going to tell you who I think, but it's possible either way. I lean towards one combination, but I don't want to influence your vote. So now the 144,000, that question there, I think that's using some questionable conjecture. First of all, there's a couple concerns here. One is, if you think that the 144,000 witnesses are the resurrected bodies of the Jewish babies that were slaughtered by King Herod, that to me would be an unprecedented event as far as biblical history goes. When it came to lost Jewish people back in Jesus' day and before that, Herod, remember when Jesus died on the cross, when Jesus was alive, Herod thought that was John the Baptist resurrected, or something crazy like that. And some thought that Jesus was Elijah when he was alive. And so when it comes down to that sort of that resurrection piece prior to the resurrection event, which I believe happens at the rapture, I think you're getting into kind of creating something fanciful that might not be in scripture. As far as them meeting the criteria, one is even if they were resurrected, the 144,000, 12,000 from each tribe, are adults at this point. And the very fact that they're going to be virgins, if that literally means virgin as we understand virgin to be, even if they were these resurrected babies, first of all, did they suddenly appear somehow? Um, the bodies of these babies have already been, they've died and they've decayed over the thousands of years. To say that the Lord resurrected that baby body again and then put it into the womb of a woman and then it was birthed and then growed up to adulthood, it just doesn't seem to make sense. These 444,000, if they were these babies that grew up, they still had plenty of time to lose their virginity. So that just doesn't make sense to me. And as far as following the lamb, how did these babies follow the lamb unless it means that they were saved Christian at a very early age? I think that the 144,000 come to be believers uh, shortly after the rapture event and right in the early beginning stages of the tribulation period. And being virgins or not, I'm not sure if that means being literal virgins. I think the Jews ascribe to that they should not have sex before marriage. So these could be a very young group of Jews who are still virgins and they're just completely dedicated to Christ now. I'm I'm just not too sure. Is it a spiritual type of virgin? I'm not sure either. I'm not going to try to answer that one, but I would not take this thought that they're the babies that were killed by Herod. Uh, that doesn't sit well for me. That just doesn't seem like that's good hermeneutics at all.